Happy day, everyone. This is Erica Kessie, your Thrive Strategist, CEO of your Goal Concierge, and we are here for how imposter syndrome causes burnout, combat, and thrive. Really excited to come here. This will be our third time coming, and we will continue to come on Wednesdays around 11:30, 11:45 to talk about this topic, how imposter syndrome causes burnout. And so we have discussed several things over the past 2 weeks, like the types of individuals that experience burnout, and then and really just kind of thinking through that and helping people to accept the types that you are and really embrace that type and really accept that about yourself and accept your brilliance, accept the beautiful part of yourself, because a person that is experiencing syndrome has to be somebody who is they have to be somebody who is about something. Going back just to review, a person who experiences imposter syndrome are usually perfectionists, superwoman, superman, the natural geniuses, the rugged individualists, and the experts. And so a person that is, you know, really hanging out and enjoying their life, or being spontaneous, or freeloading on somebody's couch, they're not experiencing imposter syndrome. Okay, it's because they living their best life. Okay. They are living their best life. They're not worried about nobody and what everybody else is thinking about them, right? They just go do, they doing them, all right? And so that is the types of imposter, the types of individuals that experience imposter syndrome. But let me just go ahead and just take a step back and say that imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved, okay, or that you legitimately achieved this thing as a result of your own efforts or skills. Yeah. And so it really makes you feel like you're a fraud, and you have feelings of self-doubt. And then you feel like there's some incompetence inside yourself, even though you have education, experience, and all these accomplishments. You feel this way, and that's imposter syndrome, and that's how you describe it. So Abby, tell us. I know over the past 2 weeks we've been talking about this. Is there anything that has come up for you? You know, when we were like, as as you've been interacting in life, that maybe you want to bring up about this topic?
Well, it's funny you say that because I was just sitting here thinking, as I was listening to you, I don't think we ever truly, and I think we may have said this last week too. In fact, I'm almost positive that we did that. I mean, it still creeps up, right? And so we got to have that confidence and stuff. That was the summary of some of our conversation last year. But just to let everybody know how real it is for us too, who are bold enough to speak on the topic. Yes, I still struggle with it. I've still asked myself plenty of times over the past week. And guys, I think it's just the summer, because, just a side note, okay, I feel like, and a lot of people, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad with this one. The summer's overrated. Okay, it's incredibly too hot. It's too muggy. I can't deal. A lot of people go into like a depression during the winter. That's not me. That's when I love the winter and the fall and stuff, and the cool months and stuff. First of all, I'm from the north, so I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, and I live down here by the Gulf. If you go any further south, you're going to Mexico or Barbados or whatever. Um, it's hot, it's muggy, I don't like it. Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts, more specifically during the summer, because just walking outside, that takes your whole energy right there, you know. Um, so yeah, I've been kind of struggling with some of it this week, and it's because there's when I take a step back and I try to look at it as a whole, it's so overwhelming with the amount of stuff that I just, as a woman, as a business owner, as
Come on, speak.
working class, right, as a mom, as a wife and stuff, or future wife, I mean, there's so much that needs to be done, and I feel like if it all doesn't get done in one day, I feel like I'm being neglectful for something, and I can't think like that. I can't allow myself to think like that, right? So, because that's really harmful. I mean, it's really harmful in any aspect of your life. You just feel like you're constantly being attacked, and even attacking yourself with your own thoughts, you know um so you got to recognize that. Then you got to zoom in on what you have going on right then in the moment. Let's not worry about the bigger picture right now. Let's do this one step at a time, right? Let's Like last night, for instance, I'm trying to get my newsletter together for LinkedIn, which is going to be coming out soon. I worked for a good couple of hours on that, and I barely have a draft going. You know what I'm saying? But I started somewhere. So I did more than what was being done. If I would have just said, you know what, I'm gonna feed into my imposter syndrome, and I'm just gonna sit there and nothing gets done. So, just reflecting on the conversation from last week, I think we ended on our why, right? And I think we ended on, if I remember correctly, we ended on how your why, if your
Come on,
why is
why?
your family, don't get me
Come on.
wrong, your why is important. Your family is important. To have them, to genuinely want to put them in a better position, I think that's great. I want the same thing, but my family is not helping me when it Erica, because you've had conversations with my son, my older son. I'm trying to get to help me and stuff. I mean, like, look, they're not being as supportive as I need for them to be, but that's not their fault, because they don't understand, right? I'm stepping into something new. I'm stepping into something that is foreign to myself, let alone them.
I mean, let me just come in here and say this piece. I was just talking to Carrie. Carrie is a lady who I meet with every week on Wednesday. I've been meeting with her for 2 years now, maybe longer than that. She's my business bestie. She's a counselor as well. And I bring this up because one way to combat imposter syndrome is to have social support system, people who you meet with, who is going through the same situation. She's a mom, she's a therapist. She understands what it's like to have the experience of providing counseling. She also has a podcast, and is working on courses. And so there's so much going on, and this whole newsletters and emails, man, trying to put this stuff out, and the perfectionist in us, right? Like, we have so much to give and want to share, but there's always so much, so many barriers that come up that stops us from just putting the information in front of people. Then you may put too much, and like, I've always had this problem where I put too much, and then it's over people's heads, and they don't understand it, blah blah blah. So it's all these bits, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, we were talking about how with people, that's something that people don't talk about with enlisting other people to help us. Is that that's a lot in itself,
Yeah.
because as a natural genius, as an expert, as a perfectionist, you're going to have to relinquish the control. First of all, you're going to have to be very organized about what you're wanting them to do, because only You understand it. Only you really truly understand it. And so you have to like piece off bits so that they can get it in order to do that part. And then it takes them a while to get that part done well. And then you give them a little bit of more, right? So um, I just wanted to bring up that part. A lot of times people, we need, it's important to have social support system, but we have to have the right fit people who truly are ready to serve with us and want to be right there with us. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's touch on that for a second, actually, because I mean, I think this is really important to the, piggybacking off of the confidence that I was talking about last week, right? Because like I said, I mean, your family is not, they're not going to be able to help you very much, right? Because they don't know. So they don't know how they can. They don't understand. I mean, just simply having them there as motivation and stuff. Yeah, that's great. But in order to combat this imposter syndrome, you got to be confident, right? You have to be confident in who you are. So piggybacking off of that, how do you think we are able to discern or decide who is in our circle close enough, or our support system close enough for that? How, like, do you have any good tips for that, or how walk us through how you make those decisions for yourself?
Okay. Okay. So first I must say, um, is let's talk about us meeting. This is a great example. It's absolutely amazing, pivotal example, uh, that I wish other people would have this experience. But it goes to show. Let's just walk it through. I decided I was going to do audio rooms on LinkedIn. Okay. And I got it, when I did it, I was so zealous about it and excited. And so I was doing
Let
a
me just
lot
put
of
a
them.
pin right here. I don't want to interrupt because I'm going to let you finish. But anybody that knows you is going to agree with me when they say, when you are gung ho about something, okay, and we've had to talk about it, okay, when you say and you set your mind, you're going to do something, you're going to do it. You're going to make sure it happens. You're going to get it done. The zealous and excitement, that's an understatement for you. I'm just saying. I just had to put that out there, okay? Because it's one of the best qualities about you, but there is, just like everything else, we've discussed
Needs
about. But anyway, go ahead and finish.
harmony.
Go
I
ahead.
need some harmony. You're right.
Yeah, harmony.
Right. I need some harmony. Listen, that's why I love working with you. But let's walk it out because I was doing audio rooms, loving it, doing it, okay. And met met Abby, and Abby continued to come to them. Like it didn't matter if anybody was there or not. Abby was gonna be there. I knew Abby was gonna be there. Her and another lady named Marcia, and you'll probably see she probably like this. Marcia's gonna come. Marcia's going to say, Mark, yes, I'm here. I support you. And same with Abby. It was like nothing could stop them from interacting with me and coming and chatting. Now other people were there and we had great hearty conversations, really great. But I just recognized, Abby, that you, first of all, it all started, and I'm going to tell the story. it
Mm-hmm.
it all started with Abby being very shy and not as confident in asserting what I could see in her. So I let her go for a minute, with saying the things that she was saying because I was doing a leads meeting and she was saying, but part of the leads meeting is I was helping individuals, helping, no, partnering with people to actually speak up, assert themselves and say a an introduction that caused people to move, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you all recognize, but when Abby does her intro, it's powerful every time. And so it was not before. It was I work with I'm a VA and I work with business owners and moms, and you know, I can help them feel more comfortable, like not burn out and have the support that they need. I just want to help people. That's the kind of thing you were saying. And then I was
Yeah.
like, no, ma'am, we got to get this together. And so Abby was very coachable with that. Okay. And then not just that, not just coachable with that, but consistently coming, there even though I was coaching, and she was willing to hear, willing to be coached, willing to change, willing to grow, and willing to continue to show up and commit to her development. And then I said, hey, no, I see more than this. I see more than a VA. What? No, you're a chief operating officer. I can see that. I know that. That's what you are. You're not a VA. I know the difference between VA and the chief operating officer. I do. I know. I know the difference. And
It was so funny.
it was. I'm talking about. It was. It was. I wish we had that recorded, but no, it wasn't recorded. You embraced it so easily. That's all I needed to say was, "Hey, I see you. I see you, and I see how powerful you are." And
Yeah.
and then after that, it was like, let's work together, let's be together, let's continue, let's do this, we can do this, let's do it. And so that's how. So when you ask how, it flows easily like that. But a person shows you themselves. And I wasn't specifically, I had said maybe, I think about maybe a year ago that I was looking for a COO. Had worked on work. I had a person who was supposed to work with me, and then it didn't pan out well because they were not a good fit. And then, I was not looking specifically. I was just gun ho doing these things. And then here comes Abby. And that's how. So I think what I would say the takeaways are: go out and do the things you love. The people who see you will continue to commit and be consistent with you. And then you invite them to partner with you. That's how you do it.
And let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Don't take offense if somebody don't want to, or if somebody does not have the time or anything like that, because at the end of the day, you really don't know what people have going on.
You know what? You know what? Oh my word. I'm so happy you brought that up because Abby, I didn't tell you this. Y'all, she's my COO and I'm gonna report something to her. But last night a lady sent a message to me. Well, and I was talking on the phone with her. She's in the business development center that I work with, and she reached out to me and was like, I have this opportunity. I would like you to partner with me with its opportunity. And she says, you can pray about it and do whatever you need to do about it. I just know that I want you to do this with me. And I said, I've been waiting to work with you since I asked you to do a podcast with me and you told me no. Yeah. Yeah, she told me no because she said she was going to do something with a lady who also was in the financial. So she does business credit, and she's a financial coach. So she was wanting to work with an accountant instead. I'm not in the money management, right? So she was working with her friend who's an accountant instead. So she had already going to be working with her. Well, then she told me no, and it didn't stop me from. I mean, my feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt, of course, but it didn't stop me from interacting with her because I mean, she's a beautiful person. And now, when she said that to me, I said my answer was, I'm ready. I've been trying to work with you since then. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that you said let your yeses be your yeses and your nos be your nos because that's exactly what needed to do. Like at that moment, it wasn't the right fit for us, but here we go. We about to enter in, and she asked me to work with her in a program that she is developing, and she needed me to be um, the mental health therapist to help people to get their minds right before their minds right so they can get their money right.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. That's amazing. I love that.
aren't
But
those some cute stories, ain't they?
yes, I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, things do fall into place if you
Yep.
allow them to,
Yep.
and if you have, if you I'm gonna say this. I pray. I'm big on prayer and stuff like that, and trusting in the Lord and stuff like that. That's not everybody's cup of tea. Okay. I understand that. I'm not here to preach to anybody, but you gotta at least have some positive energy about yourself and about what you have
Come
going
on.
on.
Speak.
I mean, you really have to. It's a must because I mean, it's sometimes when you just let stuff be and you're taking things one step at a time,
Come on. Speak.
one step at a time. Like I was saying, I was talking about the bigger picture and getting so overwhelmed with it to where you just do one task at a time. Guys, they say slow and steady wins the race for a reason.
Yeah.
Just focus one thing, one small thing at a time, and then you'll actually feel better when you know that you've accomplished something. Guess what? That imposter syndrome will slowly fade away at that point
Yep.
because you're going to start building that confidence. You're going to start seeing results in
And you're
yourself.
also, and going back to the to having people to work with you, they can be there with you and witness the development. Like, one thing that you and I have, because we've been working with together, is you're my witness of my progress, of my development. I'm your witness. I just talked
Yeah.
through how you have developed and you are developing. And now you have, and let's talk about that. Put your link in here. Put your link in here. She has a opportunity. It's 12 o'clock, so I know you need to go ahead and put your link in. Where you can outsource VAs, because she's done with she's a COO, yes, but she also knows how to help people to get the right VAs. She has a squad of VAs that she can refer people to, and she can help you to find the right fit VA for you, virtual assistant for you. So she's done stepped up into doing that as well. So Abby, drop your link. Thank you so much for dropping it. I'm gonna share it for people to see. There you go. Go and get her outsourcing guide for getting a VA. And if you just want, you say, hey, she's amazing. I just want to work with her because Erica's working with her. You could do that too. Go to the website. You'll see schedule a consultation, and she will be happy to have a consultation with you, and maybe even be able to work with you, because Abby is spectacular, and just willing to be of service to people and partner with you in your development. Now, as for me, like I said, a lot of times people don't move into the best fit circumstances because they don't have a social support system. A lot of people do not allow themselves to have what they truly need for themselves because they're afraid. They're afraid to step out and do the thing that they really have been wanting to do. And whenever I talk to people about the corporate escape program, they always say, I've been wanting to start my own coaching practice. And I say, you can. There's no reason why you can't. You are an expert. You are a natural genius. You can do this. And I'm here to help guide you and kind of esteem you so that you can know that you can do this. And I will make sure that you feel safe and comfortable to be able to have this coaching practice. And so here's the information for corporate escape program. and just you can meet up with me and we can chat about what's the best fit. I have 3 different ways in which you can actually develop your coaching practice. And so I have a preliminary escape plan to help you escape out of corporate if you're in corporate. But if you're a business owner, you can always say, hey, I want to add this arm to my business. I want to start coaching as well, because most of the time, it's a good idea to scale yourself by having a coaching practice as well, that you can train other people to do what you do and you can make money from another arm in your business. So, Abby, this has been amazing. It's 12 o'clock.
As
I know you
always.
need to go. I need to go too. And you all, we come every Wednesday at 11:30 to about 12 o'clock. We talk about how imposter syndrome causes burnouts, combat, and thrive. And so we talked about the types today, and we talked about how social support system will truly allow you as a way to combat against it, for them to just be your cheerleaders, be there for you, and recognize and see you for the beautiful person that you are, and to help you to feel confident in yourself. So, yes, Abby, is there anything that you want to say to close us out?
I just appreciate you, and I just appreciate, just helping, just being you. I could say little things, but just being you. If anybody doesn't know you, you are truly one person that they need to know. So I hope that people take advantage of corporate escape. On behalf on Eric of Erica, we are over on LinkedIn primarily is our socials. So Erica Kessie and Abby Lee. You can find us over there. And if you guys have any questions or comments or something you want to hear us talking about, just drop a comment. You know, and we'll be sure to touch on whatever thoughts or opinions or because we want to hear from you too. So
Yeah, we
thank
definitely
you,
want to hear
Erica.
from you. If there's anything that may be coming up regarding imposter syndrome, let us know. Burnout, let us know. Um, uh, Abby talks lots about burnout and how to combat that, within business owners. And I heavily talk about imposter syndrome and how that drives you to burnout, but also imposter syndrome itself and how it stops you from living the life of your dreams. And so, really want to welcome you to do that. So, you all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.